Okay, so this one's for the...
If you want to manifest a man who is Gomez Addams level obsessed with you, listen up. I'm going to tell you exactly how I did it. So I'm a Scorpio, so you know that I could only be happy in a relationship where the man is like completely obsessed with me. So I was honest with myself about that, and that is exactly what I had in mind when I was manifesting. So I only did two things in order to manifest that man. One, I became completely obsessed with myself, obsessed with my body, obsessed with my health, obsessed with my dreams. I was living in complete devotion to myself. Only ate food, wore clothes, and hung out with people that made me feel amazing. I even converted an entire room of my apartment into a closet with like all my clothes laid out, multiple mirrors, so I could just have a space to like be obsessed with myself. And then any people in my life who I didn't feel like really truly liked me, I stopped hanging out with. So the friends who only wanted to hang out when they needed advice or treated me like an option or like they didn't really seem to like me that much, I just stopped hanging out with them. Guys that I was seeing who were like kind of wishy-washy or like didn't treat me like I was the most incredible woman they had ever met, I just stopped talking to. If a guy didn't text me immediately after a first date to tell me how amazing of a time he had and that he wanted to see me again, I just never saw him again because I was so obsessed with me and I was like so in devotion to my dreams that unless a man was bringing that same energy, it just like wasn't interesting for me to hang out with him. So by being in devotion to myself, I created that energy already in my life. And then by setting boundaries and standards around the kind of people that I would spend time with, I created the perfect environment for that kind of Gomez Addams level obsessed man to come into my life. And after 5 months of dating, he did. I met my husband, and from day one, he was completely obsessed with me, asked me to be exclusive after only 2 dates, and we have been married for years now, and he is still just as obsessed with me as he was on our first date. If you want to manifest a man who is Gomez Addams level obsessed with you, listen up.
Okay, so this one's for the ladies. Something that I found, which is purely based off of my own personal experience, is that I am more attracted to women who do not wear perfume versus women who wear perfume. Women have pheromones, and pheromones are ectohormones. They're actually released outwardly, and they affect the behaviors of the people that are in your orbit, specifically like in the realm of romance and attraction. On a personal level, I believe that there's two main factors that are hindering your natural essence, which is your natural ability to attract a partner that is right for you. One is birth control, which I talked about in another video, but the second is perfume. Perfume has tons of toxins and chemicals in it. It's not a natural substance. It's very synthetic and overpowering. It masks your natural pheromones and your natural scent, which may make it potentially harder for you to find an appropriate match because that person is not able to actually sense your pheromones. They're actually sensing the overpowering fragrance that you have on. And I understand that smelling good and perfumes is such a massive industry. I get it. I also believe that if you are in the realm of looking for someone who's a really appropriate partner for you, I would suggest try to not wear perfume for a month, 2 months, 3 months, whatever it may be. If you want to find essential oils that are light, that can accentuate your natural pheromones, that's one thing. But I would say stop using perfume. I would say try it out, give it a shot, see if it works for you. If it doesn't, that's totally fine. Go back to wearing your perfume. But what my approach is, it's always a natural approach. If I'm putting synthetics on my body, on my skin, if I'm doing anything like that, I want to know what they are. I want to know why, and there has to be a really good reason why I'm doing it. So I understand this may be controversial for some, but it's food for thought. It's something to think about. Would love to hear your comments and your thoughts in the bottom here, okay? And go easy on me. Okay, so this one's for the ladies.
Y'all aren't ready to hear this, but I want to help the women out, okay? I want to help my ladies out. You can literally smell the health of your partner or your future partner. Like if you're trying to find a partner, if you're trying to find yourself a man, which, you know, she's always on the hunt as well. The standards are high though, because the healthier you get, the more that you are able to tap into your innate female intuition and senses about the health of your alleged partner, right? The one that you're sussing out. How? You can literally smell a man's testosterone status, and you can smell sort of like his like liver toxin burden, because if a man smells really like, if their sweat reeks, like if it's freaking putrid and sour, it's a sign that there is like a high liver burden, there's a high toxicity burden, and those toxins then get pushed through the skin, because remember we've talked before about how like the skin is a secondary backup plan for the liver, right? So gross toxins that can't, you know, get through your clogged liver come out through the skin, okay? So if your man's sweat like literally smells like garbaggio, lots of toxins to work on there. And then the testosterone piece, okay, because we all want high T men, because right, that's like an evolutionary advantage, right? That means protection, that means strength, that means able to care for you, et cetera, et cetera. That means offspring are going to be healthy and strong, okay? So there's two pheromones that you can look up. It's really interesting, androstenone and androstenol. And these sort of have like, okay, this is gonna sound weird, but if you read romantasy books, or like even romance books in general, and they always describe like the main male character as like, he smelled like musky woods, and like, it literally has that sort of quality to it. Like, I don't know why we say musky. Like musky is always used, it's like attractive, but it's like literally the scent quality of having high testosterone. And I don't know how true this is, but we learn like in immunology, and like I don't really know actually how much we even really know about immunology at this point, because that's a whole other esoteric spiritual rabbit hole we can go down that I won't do right now. But we can smell, and this is why like you aren't attracted to your siblings. You smell an MHC complex, a major histocompatibility complex, which like allows you to be attracted to somebody with like a healthier immune system, or with a different type of immune system from you, so that your offspring have like essentially a strong, robust immune system. And like, so you aren't attracted to somebody who has like essentially the same one as you, which is why like your family fits. Anyways, that's TMI. But I just think it's all really interesting. And I was like reading about this because I'm like diving into like sacred feminine and like, you know, fertility, because that's the direction I'm going. So I just wanted to share that. Guys, just smell the musk. Follow the musk. Y'all aren't ready to hear this?
Que no se te olvide que a ti como mujer tienes un factor súper importante que puedes sacarle provecho, pero que tiene tiempo de validez. Hay algo que ya después con el tiempo no lo puedes cambiar, y es tu edad y tu privilegio de ser joven. Esta es la serie no sé qué número de consejos de tu hermana mayor. Me encanta hablar siempre de las chicas que están por detrás de sus 20, porque yo ya estoy salida de mis 20 y esto es lo que a mí me ayuda un montón. Una de las cosas que es súper importante, y es que apenas empiezas a ganar algo de temas económicos, por el amor de Dios, empieza a invertir en ti misma. Y aquí no estoy hablando de invertir en temas de conocimientos y en otras cosas que es súper importante. Aquí estamos hablando de temas físicos. No tienen idea de la diferencia que hizo en mi vida cuando yo empecé a invertir en mí, en arreglarme el cabello, en hacerme mis uñitas, en que si me depilo las cejitas, en que si me pongo pestañas. No tienen idea. Incluso solo con el hecho de que tú entres a un lugar oliendo bien, es mucha diferencia. Yo antes, la ropa, ¿saben qué ropa usaba? Yo usaba la ropa de mi mamá. La ropa de mi mamá, que tiene más de 20 años de diferencia que yo la usaba. ¿Por qué? Porque no me interesaba qué me ponía. Nada que ver. Cuando yo empecé a invertir en mí, en ver qué ropa me sentaba mejor, en que cómo tenía que peinarme, en que si tenía que comprar un perfume bueno para que me dure y oler riquísimo, la gente empezó a tratarte diferente. Y no me vengan a decir que no, que yo siento que no soy bonita, que yo no tengo... No, todas tenemos un punto a favor, y es que todas en esa etapa somos jóvenes. Y siempre hay un factor que te caracteriza y que lo puedes destacar. Siempre. Yo antes me mordía mis uñas. Yo tenía las uñas de un niño hasta acá abajo. Y yo así andaba por mi vida, creyendo que mi vida iba a ir todo mejor si yo seguía así. Horrible, fatal. Yo antes no me daba cuenta de la importancia de esto de aquí hasta que lo empecé a aplicar en mí. Y es un cambio total. Te guste o no te guste, la gente se basa mucho por lo que ve. Y si lo que ve no es agradable, lamentablemente se te van cerrando puertas que a veces no entiendes por qué. Empieza a analizarte. Me estoy peinando bien, esto me está sentando bien, estos colores me van bien, estoy oliendo bien. Todo eso. Aprovecha este privilegio de la juventud, porque llega un punto en donde ya no va a existir. Así sea lo que quieras, que te puedas seguir poniendo botox, que puedas hacer lo que sea para verte más joven. El tiempo pasa y ya la edad pasa. Entonces empieza a ti como mujer y como hombre a invertir en tu imagen personal, en cómo te vas a ver, porque así te van a tratar, te guste o no te guste. Así que comienza por lo básico. Buena arregladita de cabello, un buen maquillaje como para diario, unas uñitas lindas, limpias siempre, y un olor que realmente haga que siempre se acuerden de ti. Aprovechen, chicas, están en una etapa muy bonita, así que aprovechense, inviertan en ustedes, quieran siempre verse mejor, sí, llegar a la vaina de la vanidad, porque después está bien, un equilibrio en todo, pero inviertan en ustedes. Que no se te olvide que a ti como mujer...
3 consejos que he aprendido acerca de la energía femenina gracias a estos libros. El primer consejo es que empecemos a practicar la lentitud en absolutamente todo lo que hagas. En tus movimientos, a la hora de hablar, a la hora de pestañear, a la hora de comer, a la hora de dar un beso, a la hora de abrazar, en todo. La energía femenina es calma, es tranquilidad. Entonces, enseñarle a tu cerebro que es sano para ti estar desde esa energía y manejarte desde esa energía y vivir desde esa energía es súper poderoso. El tip número 2 es el movimiento pélvico. ¿A qué me refiero con esto? Desbloquear tus caderas al caminar. Que te hagas más consciente a la hora de que estás caminando de los movimientos que tienes de cadera. Tenemos que hacernos más conscientes de su poder, hablarle en nuestro periodo y muchísimas cosas más que ayudan, pero podemos empezar con el movimiento de caderas al caminar y funciona muchísimo. Lo que yo he notado con esto es que yo inconscientemente me siento mucho más bonita. A la hora de caminar y mover mis caderas me siento más presente, me siento más sexy. Es algo muy extraño. Que todos estos cambios son para nosotras y para hacernos sentir bien a nosotras, no va reflejado hacia nadie. No queremos causar ninguna impresión hacia el otro sexo. Me explico, es como más hacia nosotras. El tercer tip, y el más importante diría yo, es aprender a aceptar y recibir la ayuda. Este a mí me cuesta todavía. Algo que me ayuda muchísimo a aprender a recibir más la ayuda es decirle a mi cerebro que cuando una persona se está ofreciendo a ayudarme es porque me está dando un acto de servicio o de amor hacia mí, que no es que esa persona piense que no soy capaz de hacer lo que se está ofreciendo. Lo veo más como que el negarme sería negar una bendición que el universo está mandando para mí, entonces me es mucho más difícil no aceptar la ayuda cuando alguien me la está ofreciendo. A la hora de aceptar ayuda va de la mano con el agradecimiento, que es esencial para la energía femenina. El saber agradecer es automático. Cuando una persona te ayuda tú tienes que agradecer por ese favor, entonces siento que es un ganar-ganar de los dos lados. Esa persona me ayudó con un acto de servicio y de amor hacia mí y yo se lo devolví al tener gratitud desde mi corazón hacia él o hacia ella. Esos fueron mis 3 consejos. Te invito mucho.
A beautiful woman on a man's side validates his success. Because let's be honest, I don't even know who this guy is. Face card like this next to him makes him 10 times more interesting. You simply existing and standing next to him makes him 10 times more interesting. The problem is when you become clingy and needy for his attention. She's making him the prize. She's putting all of the attention also of the viewer on him, while he doesn't care if you live or breathe. Men know the biggest reflection of their success and money and wealth is a beautiful woman on their side. If a man doesn't give you the attention back, the validation that you're seeking, especially on the red carpet at the Oscars with millions of people watching, you don't chase it. Don't give this man further approval. If you chase his attention and you become more desperate for it, you're only giving him more power.
If your love is in trouble, then you know.
A beautiful woman on a man's side.
Have you ever noticed how wealthy people behave? They all have the same behavior, all of them. If you're around really, really wealthy people, especially generational wealth, they all do the same thing. They prioritize their health. They don't eat junk food. They eat very good food. If they think that health is very, very important. Every behavior they have, requires money. They have great posture. You ever notice that? They have great posture. They sit right. They focus. Ever notice a real wealthy person goes into a room, always is super confident. Never loud, super confident. Ever notice how generous they are? Not generous with money. If a wealthy person walks into a room and sees someone on the corner and they don't know anyone, they're a little out of place, they hold them by the hand and show them around. That's wealthy behavior. They don't like things that are loud. Real wealth, not the ones that are on social media I'm talking about, wears nothing that says Prada, Chanel, or anything like that. They just know how to dress. They understand fabric. These are the behaviors of ultra wealthy people. They invest in their children. Wealthy people go out and say, well, guess what? I don't need my child to be just becoming 21 and nothing. No, piano lessons, ballet lessons, language lessons, they all teach them that. They invest in their children. They think about money very differently. Why am I even discussing any of this, you would say? Well, this is part 5 of a 5-part series that where I have numbered 10 behaviors, which some of them I talked about today. This collection, the white collection, is intended to have that mentality. Look at it. From far, it looks very quiet. Yet from near, it's like fabric, right? When you look at fabric from near, you can tell its quality. You see this? You can tell. From far, it looks like a white box. From near is when the reality begins to hit. The texture, the smoothness, the embossing. These are difficult things to do very well, right? You look at the glass. Quiet. There's no branding. Where's the branding here? There's no branding here. We're going to talk about number 9 and number 10. But you see this? You see how beautiful that is? That's all sandblast etching. This is not chemical etching. Then when it comes to the fragrance, this is the Moroccan Azahar. Such a beautiful floral home fragrance that you're smelling a very non-generic. The world of candles have become an ultra-generic. Real wealthy thinking is bring home one thing, make it become a significant part of the house where the house is the hero, make the fragrance ultra complex where you introduce richness into the house, yet at the same time, always the priority is the home. So, what is number 9 and number 10? Number 9, wealthy behavior is investing in their environment. They realize that their environment is very important. They curate between their car, their home, their vacation home, their bedroom, their office. Everything is curated. It's an investment in their environment. So the reason I bring that up again, this is an investment in an environment, be it physical product or be it your sense of smell. I say an investment, here's why, because when you come to your house, after a certain type of repetition, you begin to have like a muscle memory. If you want to relax when you get home, you train your mind to do that when you smell this. Number 10 is everything they touch, they want that product that they purchase to deliver on all fronts. Wealthy behavior is they don't buy 30 things. They buy one great one for their home, one great candle, one great kitchen appliance, one. They literally focus, and once they love that, they put it in their multiple home. All this behavior, by the way, is not exclusive to having money. It's trained to quiet the world and have control over your life. That's all I'm trying to say here, that when we created this beautiful candle packaging, glass, the aromas, I took into account all those behaviors so that I can talk about it because I've learned it from other people. I wish I was 2nd, 3rd generation uber wealthy. I'm not. But what I am is a very good observer. And I've noticed you can do the same, meaning focus on your health, focus on your mental fitness, focus on your time. Don't waste time. You know, wealthy people, they keep their word. Their word is very important to them. They don't throw garbage on the floor. They keep their house clean. They control their environment. They think of the future as an investment today. All these thinking, you would think, how the hell does that have to do anything with a candle? It does. That is how we made this brand. And that, by the way, is how I have done and built this company. All around beautiful things that enhance the home and make the home the hero. Not one of these products have a branding on it. Not one. Not one. So priority always is you guys, and it costs $0 to think this way. I love you guys. Have you ever noticed how wealthy people...
Los hombres se van a obsesionar contigo si les dices los cumplidos que los hacen sentir más hombres. Uno, debes admirar sus esfuerzos. Cuando haga algo lindo por ti, simplemente demuéstrale que lo que está haciendo vale mucho la pena. Por ejemplo, le puedes decir, oye corazón, el lugar que escogiste de verdad estaba increíble. Muchas gracias por la cena, todo estuvo delicioso. No sabes cuánto me hace sentir especial y adoro que tú planees las citas porque te quedan siempre súper bien. 2, alabar su carácter. Si ves que él actúa como un verdadero hombre, o sea, es fuerte, seguro y toma muy buenas decisiones, hácelo saber con algo como, mi amor, de verdad admiro tu fortaleza mental. Tienes una capacidad increíble de mantener la calma en situaciones de dificultad. Te admiro muchísimo porque me hace sentir que contigo todo va a salir bien y tú puedes con todo. Eso le va a dar confianza en sí mismo y de liderar bien la relación. 3, inspíralo a complacerte. Cuando haga algo por ti, has de saber que te encanta para que lo haga muchísimo más. Puedes decirle algo como, oye corazón, ¿sabes que adoro lo inteligente y caballeroso que eres con cada detalle que me das? Valoro muchísimo el tiempo que te tomas para acordarte y traerme algo que me gusta. Así lo harás sentir apreciado y con más ganas de seguir conquistándote. Los hombres se van a obsesionar contigo si les dices los cumplidos.
I'm going to tell you one thing that if you work on this will exponentially make you better at physical intimacy. So much so that your partners will probably be like, oh my gosh, what did you do? What is going on? They'll be so eager for you. And that one thing, get comfortable. Prioritize getting comfortable in physically intimate situations, because some of the reason that y'all are not good at physical intimacy is because you're uncomfortable. You are not comfortable in your body. You are not comfortable with the body of another person. And you're not prioritizing getting to a place of comfort, which means identifying, being able to name and communicate, what do I need in order to feel comfortable? How do I get comfortable with another person? How do I get comfortable with their smell? How do I get comfortable with their skin? How do I get comfortable touching their body? How do I get comfortable? Because comfort is what leads to confidence, and comfort builds trust and safety. And when you have confidence, safety, trust in an intimate interaction, baby, you're gonna kill it. You're gonna be amazing because you're gonna feel so good in your body and you're gonna feel so good in yourself that providing an experience, being a part of an experience, that's just gonna be chef's kiss. So prioritize your comfort. How do you get comfortable? Name those things, identify those things, and think about how you get comfortable with somebody else's body and the ways that you are going to prioritize getting comfortable with someone else's body.
Oh, so you want the rules of making him crazy about you, long distance version. Okay, here are the first 3 and come back for the next 3 tomorrow. Number 1, be the prize, not the over texter. When you're long distance, it's so easy to overcompensate by texting all the time, but less is more, babe, okay? Let him miss you. If you're always available, he won't feel that he needs to check or pull his weight. Instead of checking in constantly all the time, let him wonder what you're up to. A good example, instead of always writing, good morning, how did you sleep, and checking in every day, why don't you send random photos like a coffee, your gym, your cute selfie, so he sees you but doesn't always follow what you're doing. Number 2, be his escape, not his obligation. If every convo turns into we need to talk about us or when will we see each other next, he'll associate you with stress and future plans instead of excitement. Instead, be his safe space, his fun energy, his life's stress go away when you're around. Let your convos be flirtatious and less heavy. For example, if he's had a stressful day, don't dump more stress on him. Instead, say, okay, you're not talking about all that stress. What did you want to do, or what are you up to? Or like, oh, the fun thing that I did today. Make it light, okay? Number 3, make him associate the phone with you. He should feel excitement when he sees your name pop up, babe. Instead of long, predictable paragraphs and voice notes, men hate voice notes, your tone and your laugh should be the thing that he looks forward to when he calls you. Use inside jokes, use language you two understand, make it a fun experience. You're cultivating an experience. That's your feminine magic. Example of it is like, oh my god, I saw something reminding me of you, and sending him something cute, or guess what, and then he'll call you, as opposed to, we need to talk about the future. The more easy and fun you are, the more he associates you with life joy, the more he'll want to close the gap and make that gap close, as opposed to you always chasing him, asking him when he's going to move to your city. Oh, so you want the rules of making him crazy about you.
Este es el tipo de mujer que un hombre nunca dejará. Parte 2. La mujer femenina atrae a cualquier tipo de hombre, porque es niña, seductora, sabia, intuitiva y juega con todos estos roles a su conveniencia. ¿Y cuáles son los principios de esta mujer femenina? Ella sabe que es el premio, no se queda sentada preguntándose si es suficiente para un hombre. Ella sabe que es un gran partido. No se explica en exceso, no compite con otras mujeres. Se enfoca en ser su mejor versión, no en impresionarlo. No tolera el irrespeto, no excusa malos tratos, inconsistencias o esfuerzos a medias. En el momento en que un hombre empieza a jugar, ella se retira con gracia. A la primera bandera roja se va, señales confusas se va. No premia el mal comportamiento con su presencia o atención. No revisa su teléfono ni sus redes sociales. No anda jugando al detective revisándole los me gustas en Instagram o revisando su teléfono cuando él está dormido. No tiene tiempo para eso. Si siente la necesidad de revisar, es porque no está teniendo la relación que quiere. No está teniendo lo que merece. No hace de un hombre el centro de su vida. Tiene sus propias pasiones, hobbies, amigos. Tiene toda una vida que no desaparece solo porque un hombre entró a su vida. Hace planes sin él. Invierte en su carrera, crecimiento, felicidad. Disfruta de su tiene miedo de perder a un hombre, porque sabe que nunca perdería al hombre correcto. Si no funciona, no ruega, llora o trata de probar su valía. Solo se va. Sabe que el silencio es más poderoso que discutir. No se queda esperando a que él cambie. Sabe que irse no es una pérdida, sino una ganancia. Es una mujer que confía en el liderazgo de su hombre. No trata de controlarlo todo. Deja que él sea el masculino, el que planifique citas, el que tome la iniciativa, el que demuestre que puede resolver. No le anda viendo el más mínimo error. Se relaja sin perder sus estándares. No deja que sus inseguridades dañen la relación. No está sobreanalizando cada mensaje que recibe. No necesita aprobación constantemente. No asume los peores escenarios. Si algo sale mal, confía en que ella es lo suficientemente sabia y fuerte para resolverlo. Y si todo está bien, disfruta. Deja que el amor fluya naturalmente sin forzarlo. Este es el tipo de mujer que un hombre nunca dejará.
This is how you get people to do what you want using basic psychology. This one psychological trick makes people say yes without even realizing it. It's called the agreement trap, otherwise known as commitment escalation. When you want someone to do something, don't start with the request. Start by getting them to agree with a small, undeniable statement first. You start with a universal truth or moral principle that no one would disagree with. An example would be, you believe in helping people when you can, right? Or you wouldn't want to be the kind of person that goes back on your word, right? Once they say yes, you've primed them to stay consistent with that belief. Now, when you ask for what you actually want, they feel a subconscious need to comply because rejecting it would make them contradict their own values. The reason why this works is because humans have a deep-rooted psychological drive to be consistent with their past statements. Once they say yes to something small, their brain resists contradicting itself. When you do this, people walk themselves right into your request without even realizing that you guided them there. This is how you get people to do what you want. If you want to make someone obsessed with you on the first date, this is how you do it. This is manipulation. So if that is not something that you're trying to do, I just saved you a ton of time in the comments. Now, I tell you this with a disclaimer. Be careful who you do this on, because one time I did this a little too hard and developed a stalker. So I'm going to tell it to you step by step. For the first date, you are only available for 1 hour at 6 or 7 p.m. You are busy before and busy afterwards, and you are fitting him in. Now, you do not have to elaborate why, but if he asks, you can tell him that you have a very important work function or dinner with the girls. As this is a first date and you do not know each other, you are immediately stirring up his curiosity about you as a person, how important you are, how cool you are, how desirable you are by others. Now, during that 1 hour, you show up as a fucking fantasy. You're bringing your A game. And I'm not just talking about looks. I'm talking about you are locked in. You are giving him the eye contact. Your body language is square to him. You're giving him the siren eyes. All the things. Now, during the date, you allow him to get really comfortable with you. Allow him to open up about things that he did not even think he was going to share. You do that by sharing first. You say something that lets the other person feel comfortable to open up to you too. And then you just shut up. You just listen, let him go on and on. People like to talk about themselves. It makes him feel seen. He will leave feeling emotionally connected to you. Now, date is over, you're saying your goodbyes, and you are still locked in. You give him the juiciest hug you have ever given in your entire life. Like there was some real emotion behind it. Now, here's the part that makes him obsessed. Now that you've given the fantasy, you take it away. Remember how you said you were busy? Be fucking busy. He will immediately want to make plans to see you again. Make it a little bit further out in the calendar. Until then, do not sit on the phone all day talking to him. Do not text him all day. And definitely do not fucking call him. It should be like a dream that he just woke up from, that he knows he'll get to tap back into again because you have plans, but the anticipation is driving him crazy. Now that I've told you how to do it, it's up to you to keep the momentum going. Practice detachment and emotional discipline. If you don't, all of this is just for nothing. There you go. That's how you do it. Good luck. If you want...
Acabo de terminar una asesoría de vosotros de autoconocimiento, etcétera, y la chica me ha pedido que haga un vídeo con los tips que le he dado. Así que aquí tenéis el vídeo. Martina, gracias por la idea, como siempre, gracias. Es una de las transmisiones más ideas para vídeos me da. Y en fin, me alegra que te haya gustado la lectura. Y bueno, si al resto queréis una agencia de lectura conmigo, todo en rancho.com en el perfil, vais a asesoría online, en el menú, y ahí tenéis todas nuestras lecturas. Aunque os animo a que terminéis de mirar las citas con chicos, que parecía que iba todo bien, pero de repente le costeaban, bueno, el típico gaslighting, ¿no? Aunque ya tenéis varios podcasts sobre esto ya colgados en nuestro podcast de YouTube, que tenéis todos los links en el perfil, os animo a seguirnos en Instagram también, etcétera. No colgamos los mismos materiales en todas las redes, así que no os preocupéis, en cada red publicamos cosas distintas. Las encuestas las hago en Instagram, por eso si las encuestas de qué hablamos en los live las hago en el Instagram, entonces necesito que vayas ahí a votar, por eso te digo que me sigas en Instagram también. Y en YouTube son podcasts con meditaciones guiadas y cosas así, manifestaciones, frecuencias y cosas guays. Pero bueno, vamos a empezar con los tips que le di a ella y dos más que no nos dio tiempo y que ella quería el vídeo también por eso. Bien, empezamos. Cosas que los hombres hacen, y esto es consejos ya de ¿vale? Y que no quieren que las mujeres sepamos o los love boys y que nos vienen bien porque así tenemos como la opción a jaque mate, como digo yo en el amor, ¿de acuerdo? Tened en cuenta que vivimos en una época un poco complicada para encontrarla, bueno, siempre fue complicada para las mujeres encontrar el amor de verdadero, la pareja destino. Por eso yo suelo recomendar que seáis célibes. Vosotras pasad toda la diversión solas en casa o con mujeres, mucho más seguro, sobre todo en el intercambio de energía, pero bueno, yo os recomiendo, yo no sé si sabéis esto de mí, pero yo solía vender vibradores femeninos de lujo con Swarovskis y con oro y tal.